Here we
Hello
go.
everyone, my name is Alyan and today I am here again with another very special guest, Mr. Adam. So, hello sir, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, Alyan. Thank you for having me.
That's awesome. I am very thankful to you, sir, for coming in my show. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Hi.
thank you. Okay, so before moving on a question, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Adam Valencia. I am a field service professional in sales. I'm a life coach. I teach mindset, and I also am a hypnotist. So I do hypnosis as well. And I've been in the industry of personal development for 6 years now. And I just started doing hypnosis to rapidly increase results for people, and that started about 5 months ago. Um, and I've worked with big coaches like John C. Maxwell and Bob Proctor. Those are my mentors and people who I've studied and trained under, and here I am in this profession now.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for your this wonderful introduction. Okay, sir. So my first question is in your screen. Can you provide an overview of your career and the various roles you have held as a field sales professional, coach, trainer, and
Yes, absolutely. So, my background is in home services as a field professional in sales. So, I started off in selling products for homes like plumbing and heating and air. And I still do that occasionally with my spare time. Um, I got really good at doing it, and I became a trainer and teaching people how to perform in that field. So as I became a trainer, I decided, hey, I can become a coach. So I started to develop myself, take personal development, working under Bob Proctor and John C. Maxwell. And I was able to rapidly increase results. And as I was training people out in the field to be better performers and increase their income, their revenue, I found a way to get results even faster. And that's where I include hypnosis in the work that I do now.
amazing, sir. Wonderful. So, what inspired you to combine this diverse field of expertise in sales, coaching, training, and for high performance transformation?
Well, one of the things that I've noticed is some people were getting results and some people were not. Some people were able to stay disciplined and some people were a little bit slacking off, right? So I found that it all depends on the individual based on their desire. Okay. If they have a strong desire to want to perform better, then they'll be more disciplined to do what they have to do and follow the, the steps or the success formula that I align them to.
All right, awesome, wonderful, sir. So, as a sales professional, what strategies and approaches have you found to be most effective in achieving high performance results?
So it all depends on the way the individual thinks. Everything is about their conditioning, their paradigm, and how they're conditioned to think. So the main strategy we use is mindset training to get them to understand that it's basically their results are as the results are the way they are based on the individual's thinking process. They've been programmed with a lot of patterns growing up, so their own thinking process is what keeps them limited to their current results. So the main thing we focus on is, mind, how it works, and then universal laws and how we can get them into alignment with their deep desire, their goal. So the starting point is they must have that desire, and then we work on their thinking process to get them to change their thinking process, which leads to feelings, which leads to actions, which leads to new results.
That's great, wonderful, sir. So, how do you help sales team or individual overcome challenges and barriers to achieve their high performance goal?
So this all comes back to understanding the individual and how a paradigm keeps someone very limited. So as they gain an understanding of their internal blocks and fears and barriers, as you gain an understanding of what's going on with the physical body, you're able to say, aha, I know what's going on. And these obstacles and fears are part of the growth process. Without them, you do not grow, you do not stretch yourself, right? So to overcome these obstacles is most likely it's more so an understanding of what is going on in the body. And as you gain an understanding, they're able to push through the fear, push through the blocks, and into growth.
Amazing, wonderful. So, sir, can you share a specific success story where your coaching training led to significant transformation in sales performance?
Yes, absolutely. So when I was out in the field, doing it myself, in home service sales, specifically plumbing, at a very short time I was able to excel to the highest levels in the company. So they made me a trainer, and I had a team of 5 individual technicians who were, let's say, they were earning about 60 to 75 thousand dollars a year. Okay, after training them techniques on how their mindset works, they were able to double, even significantly more than double their income by understanding the techniques that we teach, which is all how they think. It all comes down to that. So all 5 of them, because under my guidance leadership, we all took the time, and I made sure there were the right people who really wanted to change their results. And because of that, I was able to get some of them to 150 to $200,000 a year, doing the same thing that they were already doing, but changing their way of thinking.
That's great. Okay, sir. So, how does hypotherapy play a role in your work, particularly in the context of achieving high performance and personal transformation?
That is a very great question, and I love the question. So basically, when people want to change their results, they can do it through discipline and personal development of studying the success formula where they're required to take certain actions. However, sometimes people are sometimes delayed by their fears and their blockages, and they don't necessarily take the actions right away. So sometimes they are not doing the mental work required to change their conditioning, to change their blockages in their head. They're not doing it as fast. So sometimes some people are delayed, and it takes them a longer process. So the reason I decided to use hypnosis or hypnotherapy is to be able to speed up the results by putting people into hypnosis to help them accelerate the process. So hypnosis does the same thing as the mindset training, but it speeds up the process like 10 times faster. So the whole goal of hypnosis is to make the results faster, shorten the time.
Wonderful, awesome. So, could you explain how you integrate hypnotism techniques to help individuals overcome limiting beliefs and reach their full potential?
Another great question, Alyan. I love it. So basically, every individual is different based on their conditioning, based on their paradigms, or how they were brought up in their early life. Some people are able to do things faster, and some people are not able to do them as fast. And it all comes down to each individual. Sometimes we have to go into their early life. Maybe they've experienced some type of trauma or tremendous fear that is holding them back. Okay, so in in hypnosis, we are able to access the subconscious mind, go back to an event, go back to the event that initiated the fear, the trauma, or whatever it is that they're going through at a very young age. And what we do in hypnosis is we don't go back and change the event. We can be talking to an individual as a 3 year old in hypnosis. And what we do is we don't change the event, but we change the perception of the event. And what happens is they're able to release that blockage that's holding them back from success. In a nutshell, that's what how it works.
Awesome, wonderful, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so welcome. Okay, so what coaching and training methodologies or philosophies do you follow to empower individual or team for high performance?
The methodologies are simple. It's a success formula. Like I said, I've studied under Bob Proctor, who taught this one subject over 60 years, the same one subject. And the methodologies and the philosophies are it's the way you think, being able to change your conditioning and follow the success formula. It all comes down to understanding your true being, how you operate, how the mind operates, and how the physical universe operates, and being in harmony with the laws.
Awesome, wonderful. So, sir, how do you assess the unique needs of your clients and tailor your coaching and training program to suit them?
Very great question, Alyan. So the success formula is a success formula is you're taking mindset stuff, mindset training to follow. It's a guideline, right? It's a module that you follow, right? Now here's the thing. I have the success formula. I have the the system to follow in place. But remember, I mentioned some people get results faster than others, and some people are delayed. Okay, so when I interview them, when I talk to them, sometimes they're not able to move as fast, or they have, like I said, some type of blockage that is severely hindering their process, their progress, and their growth. So that's where hypnosis comes into play. I talk to them about, I find out what's happened to them and why they're having these blockages, and that's where we induce hypnosis so that we can take care of any issues, any setbacks, any trauma that's stopping them from moving faster than they should be moving. So hypnosis is just like the cream on the cake. It's the cherry on top. It does what the mindset training does, but it just does it very much faster. I believe I am one of the only. I'm not gonna say one of the only, but one of the few coaches that uses hypnosis with their mindset training, which gives me a high value.
Awesome. So, sir, what are the common challenges or obstacles that people face when trying to achieve their personal or professional transformation for high performance?
Great question. The common challenges are they're still unsure of what they want. Okay. So if you are unsure, then you don't have a strong enough desire to push you and to discipline you towards reaching your goal. That's why in the starting point is desire. I don't know if you've heard of the book Think and Grow Rich, but one of the very first success principles is desire. Now, when that desire is there, it should be strong enough to push you to be disciplined. But once again, if you, most people's desires are by their own limiting beliefs, so their desires are not always strong enough to get them to push them. So I make sure that we dig deep enough to really get their real desire that they want. What is it that they really want to transform in their lives? And then we make sure we work towards that. It has to be something that's going to excite them.
That's great, wonderful, sir. Okay, so how do you assist individual in setting and achieve their transformation and goals, whether in sales or other area of life?
That's another great question. Once again, that also goes back to desire. So I find out what really drives them, and it must make them grow. Usually, some people go after a goal that they're doing something they've already done before, and they're not really growing. So if the goal is not big enough to push them to excite them, then once again they are not going after the proper goal. If it doesn't stretch their mind, then it's not a goal it's not really a goal, because people think that a goal is to reach a certain destination or to work your way towards. That's partially true, but the real purpose of a goal is to actually grow. And if you're not growing, then it's not really a goal. So it must be that strong to cause them to grow.
That's great, sir. Wonderful. So, motivation and mindset are key factors in high performance. How do you cultivate a winning mindset and maintain motivation in your client or teams?
That's a great question. So we want myself as a coach, I'm a very firm coach, very hold people to high standards and make them accountable. Without accountability, they can tend to slack off or fall off track. But I make, my job as a coach is to be highly accountable to make sure that someone is doing what they're supposed to be doing daily. And if somebody is not doing their part, then they can't blame anyone for their results. You know, my job is just to hold them accountable, make sure that they're growing and doing daily necessary steps and actions towards to work towards that desire, that goal. So to answer your question, it's high accountability.
Thank you so much, sir. So, can you share some technique or exercise to help individuals stay focused and motivated in their pursuit of high performance?
Yes. So one of the things that people don't do, that a lot of people I see don't do, is they don't have um, a strategic, I would say, daily action list. So one thing people can start doing right away is create maybe 5 things to write down daily. And you're not being successful by doing a bunch of things far out. You just take one day at a time, write down 5 things every single day that you want to accomplish to make the day a successful day. Now I see a lot of people, they just live life randomly. They don't have no formula. They don't have no routine, right? But when you develop a routine, it's you're developing, hey, I'm getting up every day, I'm doing my mindset training, maybe meditation, maybe exercising. And it's the simple little things done every single day over time that become success in the long run. So the simplest technique you can start is by making a list of those maybe 5 things that you're going to do every single day. And without that as a starting point, I can't make it any easier. You know, that's simple to follow, is what I'm saying.
Awesome, sir. Wonderful. Okay, sir. So, um, can you recommend it any book or resource or thought leader that have influenced your approach to self coaching and hypnosis for high performance?
That's a great question. I have many books. I have probably 1,000 books. If I was to pick my favorite teachers, my favorite mentors that I've learned from, obviously it would be Bob Proctor, who's the master of personal development, and also Neville Goddard, who was I look at those two as my greatest teachers in life. Um, Someone can do just as Bob has done before he passed. He read this. A lot of people think that you have to read a lot of books and gather a lot of knowledge and information to to be somebody to move ahead. But all it really requires is one book read over and 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 over until you become the material. And that is what Bob did with Think and Grow Rich, the book Think and Grow Rich. He's read that book for over 60 years every single day. Okay. So when you read a book one time, it doesn't mean you know it. It's repetition that gets you to become the material that gets you to transform, because the repetition is one of the only ways to change conditioning. Okay. It seems illogical. However, it's doing the illogical things to transform.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. So, what do you consider your most significant accomplishment or transformation achieved for your client through your coaching, training, and hypnotism service?
Yeah, thank you. I love that question. So one of the one of the greatest things that people get is, not only can you grow in income and maybe double, maybe triple your income. A lot of people think that is the greatest achievement, but in reality, it comes down to the freedom that it brings, the lifestyle, being able to just live stress free, worry free, no anxiety, no doubt, no fears, just all the things that make your life easier overall, aside from the money, is what is the joy that I get, the joy that people get as well. So it's mostly, it's just like I said, it's being free of that is what is the greatest. I always get that thank you I get a lot of thank yous for bringing that to people and to their families. It makes their overall life better with their significant others and their children, and you know that's the greatest thing.
Wonderful, sir. Nice. So, what do you consider your most significant sorry, report on it. One minute. So, how do you measure the success and impact of your work with your client or sales teams?
Yeah, great question. Results speak for themselves. People start getting results within their first month of working with myself. So what we do is, we have accountability, right? Making sure people are doing what they're doing, and the results automatically come right away. I mean, if someone is really has that desire and they're following the system, then they'll get results. Like I said, within the first month, as early as the first month, and it's all their income. Their income speaks loudly. Okay, when they're getting more earnings, you see people's whole demeanor, their whole attitude, their whole mind shift. You know.
Awesome, sir. Wonderful. So, managing multiple roles as a sales professional, coach, trainer, hypnotist can be demanding. How do you balance and prioritize your responsibility effectively?
Yeah, that's a great question. That comes down to what I mentioned earlier, following a success plan every single day, and also running your life by a calendar, by a schedule. If you have a calendar, you prioritize your time, and your time is you live what's called structurally with the calendar. I feel like if you're a business owner, you have to live this way so that you don't double book yourself, so you don't overwhelm yourself, so you don't forget certain things. So although although I do quite a bit of things, I'm never disorganized because everything falls into my calendar schedule.
Wonderful. Okay, sir. So, my last question is, outside of your professional life, what are your personal interests or hobbies that bring you joy and relaxation?
Mostly just seeing my children happy, taking them fun places and doing those kind of things. I'm a family man, outside of business, I spend time with my family, and that's it. To me, making sure that they're happy and they're doing something that brings them joy is what gives me satisfaction. So that's my main thing, is my family, spending time with my kids, and my personal hobby. If I'm not reading books and I'm not doing business, I love to go swimming. That's one of the big things that I enjoy doing. Although the weather is changing, but yeah, I love to swim. That's something that I do personally.
That's great, wonderful, sir. So, thank you so much for giving me a valuable and precious time. I hope everybody learned something new, something motivated with your speech, with your talk. Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, sir. I am thankful to you for coming in my show.
Yeah, likewise. I feel very honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much.